YouTube, I'm back again. Yay! This is my second part to working on Springtrap while I talk to you guys because I don't feel like trying to convert videos and work on stuff and meh, I'm bored and lazy, so laziness wins. So y'all get to see how I color since I don't think I've colored on this before. I don't think so. I don't think I colored. Did I? Maybe? I don't remember. Um, Basically, I just lazily do stuff. That's all coloring is for me. That makes so much sense. I'm so smart at talking. Not really. Hard to believe that I recorded this right after part one because I didn't feel like waiting to record it. I feel like recording it now. I'm so smart. Okay. Um. So mainly with coloring, I just a friend of me taught me. It's a friend of me. Friend of me. That makes sense. I'm so smart. A friend of mine taught me a easy sort of trick to coloring things, and it's kind of stuck with me ever since she taught me. So I've been using it for many years now. I think it's been, let's see, since I got my tablet, about 2 years, 3 years, something like that. I don't know, maybe it wasn't that long. I don't know, it's been ever since I got my new tablet. It's not new. I say new, but it's not new. Okay. Can I stop failing miserably at doing this? Okay, I'm gonna try using this instead. It might be a little easier for me. Yeah, there we go, that's a bit better. Sometimes I can do it with just the sketch, sometimes I have to use this. It's also because my like it feels like it's kind of like twisted because the way his arm is, and so my tablet feels like it's twisted. Maybe if I twist it that way, maybe that'll help. Yeah, that way. That worked. Okay. I just have issues when it comes to my tablet being like not level to what's going on in the picture. I don't know why. I just do. I'm just gonna redo that. Ooh, this will be a lot. A lot of redoing. Or I can just, twist the picture. I forgot about that. To make it straight. I forgot about that. Like seriously. My gosh. I cannot do this arm for the life of me. Thank you. Arm. Thank you. I don't care if you look terrible. I'm gonna be blending you anyways. Why did I even try all that just to fail it miserably at that? Okay, let me fix it now. There you go. It's gonna look weird at first. The picture is because I'm not. It doesn't exactly fit the styling of the picture quite yet, but when I blend it, it'll look a lot better. And I'm really hoping this picture will turn out really good because I really want to make a good picture that kind of shows that. Well, my idea behind this picture is I'm going to have him in like a dark lighting, which is why the background is brown currently. It's going to be in dark lighting, and his eye, the one eye that's showing, is going to sort of glow like it does in game, sort of. It doesn't really glow, but it's got like it's because his eyes are white, they sort of glow a little, I think. I don't know. I've only seen pictures. It's okay. I'm going by pictures. And so I'm kind of trying to get that glow effect like the game does, but I'm also trying to show that he's kind of sort of misunderstood by people to be evil in my thing. Like misunderstood by even the animatronics, like the main animatronics themselves, like Chica and Bonnie and them try to stay away from him because they don't know exactly how he is and they think he's evil, but he's not. And he's just misunderstood because he's a little shy, kind of. He doesn't like talking to people. He doesn't like, being the center of attention. If you heard my phone vibrate, excuse that. I just texted my fiance a little while ago asking him like why he wasn't up yet because it's like afternoon and he's still not up. Lazy bones. Undertale fun. That's something I could talk about. Um, sort of. I just recently started like watching Game Grumps. Yes, Game Grumps. I like Game Grumps, okay. I just recently started watching them play Undertale, like as of like a couple weeks, not a couple weeks, a couple of days ago. I think it was Monday, maybe. I don't know. I lose track of days. And I kind of got I fell in love with the game. And my friend is like, I was telling her before I didn't want to watch it because like I heard it was really sad, and she's like, it's really sad, but it's good. I was like, but it's really sad, and I don't like really sad things. The last time I tried something really sad, I cried so hard. And she's like, just try it one day. And I was like, okay, fine. One day I'll try it. And so I tried watching Game Grumps play it, and I fell in love like almost immediately. And like before, I was like telling all these rabid fangirls like, you guys are crazy, and now I'm saying, I see what you mean now. I can't like say it, my reasons why I like the game because it'd be spoiler for my brother who doesn't want any spoilers at all because he wants to play the game himself. So I swear if you guys spoil in the comment sections, I'm gonna be like angry with you. But um I think Inu should play that on this channel. I think he'd absolutely adore it, but he just hasn't had the time to with all of the other things he's playing. Like I think he's been talking about doing another game playthrough lately and all sorts of stuff and all sorts like of stuff. I don't know why he does so many games at once. Like honestly, I think he needs to take a small break and step back, but because he overdoes the amount of like stuff he does. It's kind of weird that I'm saying that when I don't do jack squat on YouTube half the time because I just haven't had the time to. I've just been really busy. It's just meh. Um, eh, this is kind of weird. You might actually be able to hear my tablet in the background at some points, like if I'm like doing really like quick lines. Like you're gonna see the line, but I make like a lot of noise with my tablet when I do it. I don't do it on purpose. It's just natural for me for some reason. I also tend to lose focus and stop talking out of nowhere when I'm drawing. Like I'll be talking about something and I'll stop in the middle of it and be like, what was I saying? Because I focus so hard. I have so much issues with drawing, but I love it. Even though I feel like I'm terrible at it, I love drawing. I won't stop drawing. I feel like I'm terrible at it all the time. And then I get yelled at by my fiance because he's like, you're good at drawing. Stop saying you're bad at drawing. And I'm like, but I'm terrible at drawing. No, you're good at drawing. And I get yelled at all the time for it. So if he ends up watching this video, expect yelling in the comments because he's probably gonna yell at me. Or he'll make a video specifically to yell at me. Knowing him, who knows? I might upload these both on the same day because I really don't feel like trying to schedule and everything, and being they're both like they're probably gonna be like over 30 minutes long. Like I really don't want to just I'm just gonna upload them both. It'd be like an hour-long video. I would have put them together if I had thought about it, but I didn't think about it, so yeah, that's what happens. Okay, that's the greenish, grayish, yellowish kind of weird hair thing going on. How does it look like when I do the multiply? Oh, it looks perfect. Good. It's actually the perfect color. Although I kind of wanted a little more like this. Oh, there we go. That worked. I didn't want it to be like a orangish. I wanted it to be more like a greenish. I'm terrible at shading. You can laugh at my shading. That's perfectly okay. I just kind of go with the flow of whatever my hand wants to do. So if my hand wants to go on one side of the shading, it goes on one side. If it wants to go on the other, it goes on the other. I honestly have yet to learn the lighting like rules and all. And when I tried to learn them, I got so confused. I was just like, I just want to draw. Why do I have to have such big rules for drawing? Oh right, the ears aren't part of the hair. Fail. So I actually did try to learn like all of the like lighting and all that, and I still do try. I just am terrible at it. Oops. Sorry about that. My tablet hit the minimize button up in the corner there. We'll see. That actually is very common for me to make mistakes like that when I'm drawing, especially on the computer, because like I use, as you can see, I use Paint Tool Sci to draw, and Paint Tool Sci half the time does not like me. It'll like ruin all my progress all the time, even though I save all the time. It's just like no, no. So yeah, I'm sort of running out of things to talk about, and I've got a lot more to do still. Ah, I don't want to have to go and I gotta erase that later. I don't want to have to go and, you know, cut this so I can go speed record it, like speed run it, still saying speed run. So I could speed it up and everything and put music to it, and that just takes too long. It's not that I'm lazy, it's just that I don't have enough time to do that. I barely have the time to do this. I mean, this is going to take at least an hour to finish, as it took me 30 minutes just to do the coloring, and that's not including the time it took me to actually draw the picture. Yes, this is my own drawing. This is not basing or any of that stuff. I used to do basing. I will 100% admit that I used to do basing. I mean, I still do now and then, but I don't do it for like, you know, oh, this is a base and I don't feel like drawing because I'm lazy. I do it because, you know, it gives me a way to do designs, especially for clothing, and it helps me learn how clothing kind of fits on people rather than, you know, drawing a million pictures where I'm trying to fit it on my people and doing terrible. And I mean, even then, right now, this picture here doesn't even show any of my progress on that because it's just, I just haven't, like, drawn my characters with it yet. I actually have one character that shows it off, and that's Sarah, because Sarah has the skirt. Sorry, my chair squeaks. It's terrible. I leaned back for a second to kind of rest my back. But I'm like, she has this, like, skirt that, like, kind of got a ruffle in it. And like I'm normally terrible at that thing. At that thing. Let's not discuss my terrible grammar. I'm normally terrible at drawing like ruffles and all. Sarah was the first time that I drew ruffles on like one of my own drawings, not like basing or anything like that. And it turned out amazing. And so lately I've been starting to work more towards doing it in my drawings myself. Like my thing with his hair here actually was quite the same with that. Like the way his back hair is, doing the sort of kind of twirl, whatever you want to call that effect. I call it a twirl because it just kind of looks like you're kind of curling your hair out slightly. Thank you, computer. Why would you do that? Excuse that, my computer was like, oh, your driver needs updated, and I'm just like, I will update it after the video. Although last time I didn't update it immediately, it shut one of my monitors down completely. So I mean, I think I can last another like hour before it does that, so I think we'll be good. Okay. I mean, if I will need to do it, it's okay. I'll just let y'all know that I'm going to do that, and that I'll like, I don't know. I'm just talking like this because I don't know what to say. I run out of things to talk about because I talk about way too much. I totally admit. Like, that's how I am. I talk about way too much, and then I forget what I'm gonna say, and then, like, all of this stuff happens, and then I'm just like, I don't know what to talk about now. I'm just currently coloring, because coloring. I think that's about right. When it comes to the hair, sort of ish. You can laugh at my fails as long as you want. I don't mind. My fails are my fails. Let's do his lines. I actually kind of want to do a little more softer line. Instead of having it multiply, I think I'm going to put it on screen. No, that's kind of... Oh, what is it? What is it? Is it shade that I'm thinking of? No, it's not shade. It's not binary color and that. Is it overlay? It was overlay, but that's not what I'm trying, the effect I'm trying to go for, so I think I'll just do normal. And have it be the dark lines of this one. Too thick lines. Why do I have my thing so thick? My line's so thick. That did not sound right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying before I say it. Glad that I don't necessarily say that mine's PG or not PG, because it's mostly PG. It's just every now and then, you know, accidents happen. It's mainly PG because I don't curse in real life. Like, I don't normally curse. Partially because I'm not allowed to in my household. Partially because I don't want to. Yes, you can actually see how I do my lines and how terrible they look until I blur them. They look really terrible before I blur them. Because they just look like a bunch of random lines. Because it's really what they are. They're just a bunch of random lines to try to show the way the hair is going. It's really all it is. And that's why I blur it, because if I don't blur it, it looks terrible. But I also blur it because, you know, you don't really see those lines that dark, like dark on you. Like, you can't tell exactly where all your hair pieces are, like when you're just looking at a mirror or a picture. So that's why I blur that, and I'm too lazy to try to fix half of the mistakes I make when I do this. Sorry I have to clear my throat every now and then. I hate having to do it, especially on YouTube mic camera thing. When I'm recording, that makes more sense. There we go, there's this hairlines, because hairlines, that's why. I need luminosity next, and then I need to grab the original color. Here's how I do my shine. Okay, this is the funnest fun thing. Sorry, my chair again. I have to situate every now and then because otherwise I kill my back trying to do this. Basically, I take and draw a line and then kind of draw a bunch with it. Now it looks kind of funny, but when I blur it out, I'm gonna blur it like up really high and down really low, so it kind of shines the entire area. You'll see when I do it. I'm not gonna do it quite yet. Okay, that's already done. I only need one shade on that, and this is pants. So let's do his pants. His pants. And this is going to be a little harder for me than usual because the way the pants is done with the patching. That's to kind of show he's kind of, you know, broken down, kind of shaped like ripped apart, and I don't know how else to describe it. Just that he's, you know, not quite like normal. There we go. Haha. That's a great way to explain it. He's not quite like normal. So I'm concentrating because this part is requiring quite a bit of my concentration. I know it does seem like it is because it's kind of small work, but it is for some reason or other. Okay, what's this? If I remember correctly, this is his ears, but I'm not positive. Aha! I remembered. Now I need to erase this first. Before I continue on, erase this part of his ears where it shined, kind of came through. Shines through. It made so much sense. So that, then I can do his ears. Like do the like stuff for his ears. The shading. There we go. It's just mainly, oops, forgot to clip and group. There we go. It's just mainly like getting the bottom there and then kind of doing the top a little bit to kind of show it's kind of dark there. Okay, and then do the second shading for this because I do actually need two shades, partially to show this is there, and then partially to do this part here to kind of show it's in the background for, and a little bit down there, but not too much. So I need to erase a little bit of that, like 5% of it. 5%? I made no sense. I make no sense. Okay, there we go. That ear's done, and this ear just needs a little bit of shading here. There we go. That ear's done. Okay, what is this here? I think that's his eye. No, that's the dark of his eye. I don't need to shade that. That's bad. Like, I'm failing miserably at remembering half this stuff. I have no idea what this is. Oh, it's his tongue. Okay. That does actually need a little bit of shading. Tongue shading. Just shading the sides, and when I blur it through, I'm going to kind of make it more rounded, kind of looking there. And same with this. It's going to look weird right now, but I will be fixing it later when I blur. That's his eye right there. This eye is going to take a little more work because it requires me to do that kind of shine effect. Actually, I need to get a reference real quick. So I'm going to put this on the other screen because I have two screens. Woo! Let's see, go to Google, blah, blah, blah. Let's go get a Springtrap reference. Springtrap. Let's hope it's not the jump scare. Because I hate when that happens. That's probably a jump scare. Assumingly. That's a pretty funny jump scare looking picture. As long as this is not a jump scare, I might actually be able to. No, this one will do. This one should do because it doesn't look like it moves. No, it won't do because I can't tell exactly what's going on with his eyes in that picture. I'm just trying to get a color idea. Thank you for not moving, picture. You've saved my life. Okay, so it's kind of got like dark circle here and then a dark circle in the center to kind of, I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I know what I know what I gotta do now. So like, oh, I think I need it darker than that. No, actually it is pretty gray, so I'm gonna use the gray then. Kind of a dark circle there, and then kind of a darker circle here. Like that. Sort of how his eyes look. It's like the best I can get them to look when it comes to the anime-ish eyes. And then I need a clipping group. I need a luminosity of the original here, in the center here, and sort of here. And try not to go over the lines that I already made. Try not to. Let me just like make this smaller before I do this. Make it like a 0.1. That way I know exactly where I'm putting it. There we go. That should be good. And I'll blur that all up later, like always. I don't know what this is. Is this patches? Yes, this is patches. Okay, can you now stop staring at me, Springtrap? On my other screen, he's still staring at me. It's kind of creepy. Oh gosh. What have I done to myself? Well, at least, I mean, I got a good reference for like the slash on his eye, which I did actually do in the picture. Like, if you look up here, I actually did the slash here. And I tried to make his like mouth kind of broken looking, and I don't know why I did it. I just did it. It just looked right to me, I guess. Maybe it just felt like maybe I should have done that when I drew him before, but I didn't. I haven't put any pictures of him up yet on anything. This will be the first one I'll be putting up. This patch is really hard to do because I don't know how to do shading for patches. So I'm just doing that. Awkward silence as I look over at my other screen and he's still staring at me because I haven't gotten rid of the picture yet. God, killing myself. Like, it's a good thing for me to be staring at it because it helps me, you know. I mean, I've seen his jump scare and all, but it's still like I still have issues with him because because of what I know about him. If you don't know the lore behind Springtrap, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But there's a good creepy reason as to why him staring at me is really bad and creepy. But it's just it's a good thing for me to staring at him, but that doesn't mean I like it. It's just like me staring at the animatronics while they're like on the stages, just sitting there. Just staring at them bothers me. But I, like, you know, in order to deal with this stuff, I have to do that. And that's why I cope with it and do this. Because right now the drawing is helping me cope with him staring at me. Which sounds hilarious. Even to me, it sounds hilarious. And hands there. There we go. And then do the thumb like this, sort of. There we go. And then one line here for the other hand. Like the other finger here. That's not being seen. Actually, no, the line wouldn't be there. Although I do need a line there, here, and a line here. There we go. Like that. Okay. This should be good. I think this is like one of the best hands I have ever drawn. I'll admit that right now. Like, if you look at my hands, they're all like terrible, like bleh, like all over the place. But this one is actually really good. I need another clipping layer for that one, so I can do more detailing in the hands with the shading a little bit to kind of show that they're hands, I guess. Okay, it's really creepy. I need to stop looking over there to see it, because I just literally, I stop talking when I do. And I don't do it on purpose. Like, I get very nervous with that thing staring at me, but it's actually a good thing, so I'm just gonna leave it up. Because I don't want to have to, A, I don't feel like closing it, and B, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to relapse on my progress, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Because that shows progress, because I'm not freaking out, I'm just a little awkward by it. Okay, Springtrap, your neck is just weird. Not the actual Springtrap picture, but my Springtrap. I actually call him Strap, because I didn't want to have to, you know, put Springtrap on his, like, design page, where I drew his design the first time. I didn't want to draw him Strap, so, like, Springtrap, so I was like, what's a good way of saying Springtrap without saying Springtrap? Strap! Okay, he's Strap. So his name is Strap. You will find out, like, if you talk to Inu about like the Pokemon nicknames I give, they're based on their original names, and that's why I do a lot of these, like the way names are. Some of them are based off of their original names in one way or another. And Straps is most definitely based off of Springtrap. I just thought it would be kind of cool to have his name Strap, or based off of Springtrap, and Strap is the only thing I could think of, so I named him Strap. Because logic. I'm going to put a line there to kind of show that's a cut. And then a line on the other side of his mouth, like that, to kind of show it's a mouth. You know, I know his mouth on the bottom would be open too, and you'd see some line there too. The line would be here, and then on the bottom, I just felt like drawing his mouth like this. I don't know why. Just okay, that was awkward because I'm sitting here talking about how I'm drawing his mouth weirdly, and I look over and Springtrap's like the face of Springtrap that I have up is just staring at me like, really, really, you draw my face like that? Why would you draw my face like that? And I'm just like, it's creepy. It's really creepy, but it helps. Like, I'm actually doing it partially to get an idea of what I'm drawing. Why did I do that line there? That line does not go there. It's like that. And then this one's like this. There. Jeez. Me and drawing, you hear me talk to myself a lot. Like, I think maybe I'm normal in that. Okay. His skin is done. Yay! The skin is done. Stop staring at me, Springtrap. Ugh. And that's just the red, I think. Yeah, that's just the red. I don't need do anything for that. I do need to do like the gray for the eye here, the background gray. A lot of people who draw fan art for FNAF, this is gonna be random, but randomness is to my maximum. Like I always random. I'm always random. A lot of people who draw like fan art and stuff for FNAF, they're like, you know, they copyright their stuff so that other people can't use it. I don't mind if people use my FNAF art because I don't see anyone really wanting to use it. But like as long as they don't do anything that's not safe for work stuff, unless it's, you know, approved sort of, I guess you could say, by me, because I'm not much for that sort of stuff. Like that stuff, like I mean, some fandoms I purposely stay away from because of all of that stuff, and Undertale was kind of that way for me originally. That's why I refused to do Undertale at first to watch it. I'm just not much for that stuff. I don't like that stuff. So as long as like I get it, like I can okay it. Like I'd prefer people ask me if they're gonna draw my stuff, because it's courtesy. It's common courtesy for an artist to ask the other artist first, and that's like why, you know, I try not to draw other people's characters without asking them. Technically, FNAF I didn't ask, but I already had permission because from like from his Steam, he mentioned to someone about like someone was saying something about there was a huge thing on Steam a while ago when FNAF merchandise just came out, which wasn't that long ago, but it's a little longer than you'd think. And people were raging because one of the people who was producing the stuff for like merchandise was using something that a person made a fan art picture of, kind of fanned it. Fanned it would not be the word I'm looking for. They kind of did a fan picture for it, and so like he was telling people, you know, that even though you do fan art and all, I still have the rights to it, which is true. He does have the rights to every fan art of FNAF that you create. And he didn't realize, like, he doesn't think that he didn't think that the toy company had realized that there was a fan art, and even if it was, it wouldn't matter. He has the legal rights to use it. And so, like in that, he was mentioning that he loves fan art and he loves when people draw his characters differently. So that's what got me sort of like, you know, a little more confident about doing the FNAF drawings that I do, because he loves to see this sort of stuff apparently. So I just kind of was like, you know what, fine, I'll go ahead and put it up. I'll just get bashes from the FNAF community for it. I think I've had one or two people like absolutely adore my drawings of them, and I'm just like, I don't know how you could adore it. I don't like it myself personally in some ways. Like I wish I was better at drawing so I can make them look like what I really imagined them to look like if they were humanized. Like Springtrap looks a lot better than this in my imagination, but I can't draw like that. And I like this is the best I could do to draw sort of what I wanted my imagination of him to look like. And even then, it doesn't do it justice. It doesn't. Like if I could have a way that I could show you what my imagination of Springtrap looks like, I would. I really would. It looks really good. Like really good. Oops. I was blurring into nothingness there. Good job, me. Okay, there's the blurring for the shirt done. Yay! Stop staring at me like that. Oh my gosh. I really should like just take away that picture. I take it off of my web browser, but I really don't want to. I know I really need to because it does actually freak me out quite a bit, but I don't want to. I don't want to. It's kind of funny that I'm like having so many issues with just a picture. I mean, if I could show you all the picture, I would. I have my thing set up to where I can't though, my recording software, so I can't show you. But it's just a high def picture of Springtrap just standing there staring. Like his jump scare is like the last part of it, where he's sitting there staring at you. Oops, I blurred a little too deep of a blur, I guess is a way of putting that. I need to cut down the density a little, I think. Was it? Yeah, cut down the density a little. There we go. I want you to be able to see the lines in his hair, but I don't want you to be able to see them too, like, much. There we go. That should work. I need to go here and blur this a little bit more. Move the top here. Actually, it's here then. Yeah, it's that one. My hair does actually turn out not too bad when I actually finish it. It just takes it a bit. This is the hardest part because I feel like I have to push so hard on my tablet when I don't really have to. I just end up pushing so hard on my tablet and it hurts my hand when I do the blurring of this. I don't mean to. And I blur it up and down on purpose so that the kind of the shine will go up and down on his hair and not just in one spot. I could have cut the density up and like made this take no time at all, but I kind of wanted to, when I cut the density down, I kind of wanted to leave it down so that I can make sure to get this shine right. Like, see how much that looks better now that I've blurred it? Like, that's why blur is like the best thing ever. Okay, that's the darker parts to here. There we go. I need to color this in, this here, and I'm going to go ahead and do that on this part here because I don't remember what I used to color that, like what layer I used, so I'm just going to use this layer. Oops, this layer, the layer that it's originally on, because I don't think it really matters as long as I erase the outer lines there. There we go. Okay, and then here, as long as I try to keep that spot, like, you know, safe, it's fine. His tie, which is untied. I wanted it, basically, I kind of wanted an unkempt look to him, and that's why I made his tie untied, so that it kind of looked kind of unkempt. I'll cut the density back up a little. There we go. I'm very bad at blurring, but I try my best, that's all. I don't know how long this has been because Springtrap is taking over my other screen. I can't see OBS. Lovely! Hey, Springtrap, how long has it been? It's funny because he's staring at me like, what? Talking to inanimate things is fun. Hey, don't act like you haven't done it before. Don't act like you don't talk to your computer when you're playing a game. I do it too. Come on, blur that spot, thank you. A little more in there. There we go. I literally just stared over at Springtrap again. I did that on purpose this time, but like at the same time I just lifted my tablet, like my tablet pen up, and my hand twitched when I looked at him. Like I was like, why did my hand twitch? Like it didn't bother me that I looked at him. It's just my hand twitched for no reason. And I was like, weird. Because it doesn't. While sometimes it makes it seem like he bothers me, he doesn't bother me. It's just more like it makes me uncomfortable. What in the world is this? I can't tell what this is. Oh, it's his tongue. Again, the tongue. I wonder, I couldn't tell. Okay, let's see if I can take the blur down a lot so I can try to get this. It's not going to look necessarily perfect because this is a, or yeah, because it is a thing. It's not going to look perfect because of the way that this is done. It's just like this. I might actually just get rid of the shading here or turn my density up high. So try to get it to go to the middle of his mouth, which is what I'm trying to do. Sort of. And that worked. It did what I was expecting it to do, so that's good. Yeah, that's his eye. This is gonna require a lot of blur, but a little, like I need a little brush like I have right now. Because I need it to blur a specific way. Not that way, luminosity. Blur the other way, please. That, and then this one needs to go up. That. There we go. I'm gonna have his eye kind of shining, kind of, later. I think that's the top of his ears. No, it's not. What is it? It's his patches. I bet it's his patches. Haha! It's his patches. You know, calling him Patches would have been a smart idea, but I'm pretty sure Patches is quite a bit of characters' names. Especially bunnies. I know people who name their bunnies Patches. I don't know why. That might be this. Yeah, his skin. Sorry. This requires a lot of density, but a small brush as well. Because I have to make sure I don't overdo, like, where I put it. Where I put the blur. I don't want to make his whole face seem blurred, especially in this spot here where it covers his second eye. That was my own design, having his hair cover his eye. I really wanted to have his hair cover his eye because it kind of shows how unkempt his hair is. Not saying that having hair that covers your eye is unkempt, because I love hair that covers my eye. It makes it have kind of this specific look, which I kind of wanted him to have. I just can't exactly describe the look just by saying words. I'm almost done, happily. Well, not necessarily almost done. I'm just almost done with this part. I'll probably have a third part to this to do the kind of effects. And I think that'll probably be good to do. That way this doesn't get too long, because I'm pretty sure this is probably over 30 minutes long. Like by now. I can't tell because Springtrap is in the way. You know, actually looking at my version of Springtrap and looking at Springtrap, they don't actually look that different when it comes to, you know, the features that make him Springtrap. Well, the major feature that makes him Springtrap is different. Ha ha ha. But like the kind of like effect that he's got, the eyes, the sort of broken down effect, you know, I kind of apparently put that in really good because I actually like this. I'm actually liking a picture that I made. That's a shocker. I actually believe that this actually does feel quite a bit like the picture that I'm staring at on my other screen while I'm drawing. It's good to have our reference up and it helps, especially when coloring, but like at the same time, like I don't always have a reference up, especially of characters that bother me, like the phantoms especially. Like I normally don't have a thing up for them because I know they bother me. And while it's good to have those things you're staring at them for hours on the screen while I'm drawing is not a good idea. Especially a phantom puppet. Phantom puppet freaks me out, which is why I made her so kind in mine. And why she's the leader of the phantoms, I guess you could say. Why she's the motherly figure of the phantoms. Because phantom puppet actually creeps me out the most when it comes to the phantoms. and I wanted to make her be something nice and sweet. So I made her the motherly figure. The phantoms are working with Naito because Naito saved them.
Never left a message from what I can tell.
Turned them into ghosts because he can't do that. What is this? That is. Oh. Duh. The only thing I haven't colored yet. His ears. I should have known that. Like the inside of his ears. And again, I'm doing that up and down to sort of spread the blur out towards his ear and to kind of show that it's his more realistic ear, because there's fur on the inside of an animal's ear, especially bunnies and cats. So I'm kind of doing that effect by making it so that when I'm blurring it, I'm only blurring it outwards and inwards, but I'm basically only blurring it a specific direction so that it kind of gives that effect. Still not gives, it doesn't exactly give that effect, but it still does at the same time. So there we go. And the shading is now done. How long is this? Let me click on my OBS and figure it out. Yeah, it's definitely over 30 minutes. So I will cut the recording here, and I'll do a part 3 to do the effects. So, bye guys!